17 News is your local election headquarters. Next year's race for California's 35th State Assembly District is already heating up, according to a new competitive poll. 17's Jacob Clark spoke with experts and analyzed the numbers.
New polling by David Binder Research shows a fascinating shift in support among the candidates running to be the next assembly member from Kern County.
In the poll, frontrunner and Bakersfield City Council member Andre Gonzalez maintains 31% support, with emerging competitor Ana Palacio trailing at 15%. Palacio, a registered nurse and patient advocate, announced her candidacy in September. Both candidates are running to replace Jasmeet Baines, who's seeking to unseat David Valadao in Congress. The first question in the poll didn't provide information on the candidates to simulate the anticipated June 2026 primary ballot. However, the next phase of the poll presented a brief, balanced biography of each contender. Although Palacio starts with lower support, she pulls ahead of fellow Democrat Andre Gonzalez when her medical background is included. Palacio gains 15%, while Gonzalez's support declines by 5%, totaling Palacio's support to 30% compared to Gonzalez's 26%. This poll comes on the heel of the Service Employee International Union's endorsement of Palacio, which has boosted her candidacy into the mainstream. However, Tal Esklik of Vista Consulting says this may not be enough for her to overcome Gonzalez.
SEIU is not an insignificant special interest in Sacramento. They're one of the most active and I would say progressive groups that engages in races. Will they do enough to bring her from where she's at to a point where she could overcome a seasoned candidate like Andre? I don't think so.
Kern Democratic Chair Christian Romo agrees. He says these polls can be swayed or conflated to project political relevance.
I think it's really interesting that a poll like this would come out. It's not a huge one. It was a couple hundred people, not super scientific on either side, I would say. But what it does show is that Andre Gonzalez is actually in a very strong, healthy lead as the assembly candidate. The most recently announced candidate, Anna, she's not as well known, obviously.
He argues that polls like these can coerce certain results from respondents, not the overall attitudes of voters.
These polls, unfortunately, you can skew them any way you want. You can phrase the question however you want. You can write a bio however you want. And so really, it's all how you phrase the question to the voter.
Jacob Clark, 17 News.